welcome to another episode of Fox Talks, and today we have a new fox in the den. But before we get started up with this podcast, let me just introduce you to what we really do at RedFox. So at RedFox, we do comprehensive penetration tests ranging from web applications, Active Directory, hardwares, and other fields. You can check all of these on our website that goes on https://redfoxsec.com. Apart from pen tests, we also have a lot of courses that are being offered at premium as well as free prices on our website. Apart from all of this, trust me guys, we also have a lot of podcasts, blogs, content, shorts, and we have another channel that's called RedFox Security Bharat. So you can check it out as well, and that's more in the regional languages. So before we start off with the podcast, we have a really new fox in the den, that is Atharva. So Atharva, can you introduce yourself to the audience and let them know about you?
Yes. Thank you so much, Tarak, for this warm welcome.
Yeah.
My name is Atharva Nanche, and I have done a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. And while doing my graduation, I had an interest in cybersecurity field. So as you know that the cybersecurity field is a huge field. It's not like short things. So while doing that, I was exploring different branches of cybersecurity. So I came up to this as penetration testing is one of the field.
Yeah.
And while just exploring some of the things in pen testing, I got much of an interest, and I started to think about pursuing a career in cybersecurity, specializing in penetration testing. So while doing this, I also had some kind of internships for cybersecurity as well. So this is what is my.
Oh, that's really cool. So again, I think I missed up on my introduction as well. So you guys must already be knowing by this time. But again, if you're not, let me just introduce myself to you guys. So I'm Tarak Sagardande. I work as a security consultant at RedFox, and now that's it for the introduction. Let's just start off with the podcast overall. So the next question that I would really like to ask you is, what inspired you to pursue a career in cybersecurity?
So my main inspiration, or I can say what I thought to get before getting into the cybersecurity field, is right now everything is getting digital. Everything is getting on web. Everything is getting. There is nothing called as hard copies. Everything is getting into soft copies. So what kind of security we are having with them? Is there anything we should? How we can secure those web applications? How we securing those APIs or anything? Whatever is going on the online. So these things started to interest me. Is there any point that I can get an unauthorized access to something or getting into a black hat kind of thing?
Yeah.
So this was my first virtue, that what exactly I need to do as a penetration tester. And so I started learning about it. So my main inspiration was after reading some of the blogs about penetration testings.
Oh, all right. That's good. Or was it something more related to again some hacking stuff as well when you were younger?
That's true. Actually, when as I said, I was reading some blogs, I'm doing some videos. So the things which people do, most of the times when you are a graduate, what you are expecting from a computer science is getting into a development field. But how we can crack the code, how we can get into it, that is the thing which goes in my mind when we are into a penetration testing. I have a application now. How I can get it without the authority.
Nice.
So that was all was going in my mind when I was jumping into this field. So
that's really a wise answer to put it, and I really like it actually. But it was more of a technical as well as an emotional journey as well.
Yeah.
So again, the next question is, what inspired you or made you pursue RedFox?
So yes, as I said, after graduation, I did internships and different internships, and I also pursued a full-time opportunity in application security. So while doing that, I came across a RedFox Security, and I have seen many things which you are doing, right? Red teaming and everything. So at my initial stage, I am just an web application security. I have some of the skills in web application, but I want to grow and understand what we can do more into security features. So after reading your blogs, after seeing so much of your videos, so that gives me an interest that not only we are doing a engagement engagements or not doing only assessments, but there are something more and something we need to learn more in application security.
Yeah.
So that's what attracted me towards the RedFox.
Oh, nice. That's great. And again, what were your initial impressions about the team and the culture that we follow here?
At the initial stage, I was having not much idea about this culture because anyways, the background from where I came, the pen testing, there was a kind of corporate ethics, like we have to follow it, we need to dress up and we need to be a proper corporate person. But when I entered RedFox, then like it was a kind of relaxed environment. With the relaxation, we have to do work, that's true, and it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
We have to at the same time we have relaxation, not much of dress code thing, and we means everyone is over here, you want to learn. That's the attitude which attracts me of this environment. That's the main thing.
Oh, that. Yes, that's really, I mean, and that's true. That is the sole reason why you can actually see me wear a polo t-shirt right now. So like, okay, and then what skills or strengths do you bring to the team, in your opinion?
As I have done some of the I have gained some of the knowledge regarding web application pen testing, API pen testing, so doing dynamic applications for thick clients, and some of the Android application testing as well. So most of the AppSec portions which we can do on URL basis, that thing I used to cover, and the main thing which I am here to learn or I am here to explore is kind of RT, that is red teaming.
Okay.
And some of the cloud part.
All right. So, okay. So, what were like the three things that you really want to learn that is new at RedFox? I think you just answered it, but can you like be more descriptive in a way?
Okay. So the main things which I think will be new for me. It's not for everyone, but new for me will be a kind of red teaming activities, which initially I haven't performed.
Yeah.
But I am eager to learn and implement my skills over here. With Active Directory, I can say cloud environments like AWS penetration testing, Azure pen testing. So these are also one of the parts which are more interesting. And recently I came to know that we have working on IoT as well.
Yeah.
So that also got in my head like, okay, fine, that's IoT is also one of the things which I should get into. So there is a lot of here to learn, not only a small things, and even also if I can say my core competency is in web application, so I can make that more strong over here.
Yeah.
So that's what
always, and the team is always there to help you out with anything you need. And again, talking about red teaming is one of the core components as well at RedFox, and we also delivered a training course which was there at B-Sides Goa. You can check it out on our website as well. And secondly, talking about IoT, we are actually having a conference at Black Hat. So that is for the training chip of forensics. So you can check it out on Black Hat's website as well, and also on ours. So yes, that was more of the, so you talked about IoT, and the first thing that struck on my mind was like, hey, we are in Black Hat as well. So I had to make sure that these guys are aware about it. So let's move on to the next one. So what challenges do you anticipate in this role of pen tester, and how do you usually handle them?
Okay, so as a penetration tester, most of the time, what is the thing which you follow? There needs to be some ethics we need to do. Like, for example, I have got a bug in an application, and there are some challenges I need to exploit it and show to the client, or else they are just asking for some XYZ data, like the means assessment only. So what kind of challenges I used to face, that some of the AppSec vulnerabilities can't be exploited, and how we can exploit them. Then what are the new technologies which I need to adapt? Is there any new tool in the market which we can try to access, or what kind of code can crack this? So this creative mindset is kind of interesting and challenging at the same time. So that is one of the fun things which I have learned, I've seen over here, that everyone over here is a creative and hardworking at the same time. So that's the exact things which liked me about this.
Crazy. And again, like, what's the craziest thing or the vulnerability that you really found in your cybersecurity career? And can you just let the audience know as well, which everyone has one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, there was an application which was having a file upload functionality. So I got a remote code execution over there. I got a shell. So what was my main challenge over there? It sounds a little simple, but there was a little bit challenge over there. The vulnerability was not as easy as it sounds. There were various security measures which were taken, means the different content types, headers, were everything were properly set. So while exploiting that vulnerability, I was not only learning new things, I was just trying to implement those as well at the same time. So when I did that, I can explain a complete thing, but in short, the contents of the files were kind of vulnerable, through which I got the remote code execution. So after that, I was able to read some files from the system, and yeah.
I'm pretty sure you slept well that night after getting that vulnerability. Remote code execution is really on every pen tester's radar. Always, it's the top.
True.
Yes. So moving on to the next question is like, what advice would you give someone who is really starting off in cybersecurity?
Okay. So the main thing I will tell from my mistakes, I will actually say, as when I started into cybersecurity, what actually people do and what actually need to be done. I was not focusing on that, and I directly ran to bug bounty. That is, I will say, that's the biggest mistake. First, try to understand what is vulnerability. Try to understand the basics. Get confirmed with the theoretical part, and then do the practical. Understand the logic behind it. Only after that, you can try to exploit some vulnerabilities. You can't be easily paid for some of the cross-site scripts, but you need to exploit them. So that is a bounty, or you can say there is something behind it. So I got a late understanding about it. So my what I will say, like, focus on basics, learn a programming language. Yeah, that is one of the things. Go and do some Python coding. Python is an important language you should learn. And yeah, that's all. Then you can get into pen testing.
Yeah, that is something. I just saw you talk about your mistakes, and I'm telling you guys, this is more of getting into deep talks with Fox Talks as well. So there's more emotional part. So, and again, it's like, I really love the point, because in pen testing industry, you have to know your basics. And yeah, that was one of the mistakes which even I committed back in time. Not really in bug bounting, but I was more, I had the mindset of chasing the vulnerabilities more instead of actually understanding why they are being implemented. Yeah, that's one good point as well. So moving on to the next one is, how do you stay updated with the ever-changing cybersecurity landscape?
Okay, so for that, the simple things are like, what kind of new technologies are emerging in the market. For example, if I am working on a specific tool, or I am doing something, so is there any versions for that, or is there any other CVs, or if there are any CVs for the particular tool which we are working on. There are different blogs which we can read, and I have multiple resources through which I was learning pen testing, where in these resources as well, I was able to understand what were the means back then, what was the technology we were using, now what we are using, and future what can be updated. So this is the things which we need to understand, that cybersecurity is obviously going to get updated every time. Means there is always a new technology which is going to come. We have to be updated while reading blogs or any articles or anything that can help us to be fine and updated.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Okay, so moving on to the next one, what long-term goals do you have in your cybersecurity career? Now that is something generic that will help everyone probably.
Okay, so as I said, in my initial days when I saw cybersecurity as a career, so cybersecurity is a tree, and right now application security, there are different branches for that, like application security, red teaming, you can say SOC, blue teaming, then there is GRC. There are multiple branches for cybersecurity. So it's not like you should, I will say, master in one. Understand the things which you can do, whatever best you want, and you should have a knowledge of every other branches as well, but not in that deep as you have a core competency. So once you got a core competency, then you can work according to it and get a knowledge of the others as well. So that's the right.
Damn, I mean, Atharva, massive respect to the answers that you're really giving right now. Though I'm the host here, but the way you're actually letting these guys know this is something spectacular, man, really. So, I mean, I hope we gave all the answers to the podcast, and let's just close it. But before we close it, let me just tell you that we also have, I introduced it earlier, but again, we have a conference that at Black Hat, we are selected at Black Hat Asia, and the training is for chip of forensics. So do check it out on our website as well as Black Hat's website again. And welcome aboard, Atharva. It's really great having you here. It was a fun podcast as well. This time I'm not going to pick up a Batman, but rather Clark Kent. And if you really love our podcast setup, do rate it. And it's available for bookings as well, so you can always reach us out. So hope you're having a good day, and stay tuned because we will be uploading more and more podcasts and content as well. So see you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.